Hello, everybody. Oh, hold on. Why is Abby an hour late? Because I decided to take a shower before I did the live, and your girl ended up doing her whole full moon and Cancer ritual in the bathroom. So that's why we're here. So we're gonna do the live now. Let me just go live on TikTok. This is not gonna be a super long live either because I don't want to keep you guys too long. But I recommend y'all go get yourselves some champagne or something because this is going to be a really a self-care live. Honestly, it's a full moon in Cancer self-care live. It's a very reflective live. We're gonna pull some. It's gonna be very low key. It's gonna be very like goddess hour. Okay, it's gonna be very a lot of things. So go get yourself some champagne. I'm having my favorite champagne and I'm for some reason in love with my favorite champagne is this cheap champagne. Literally costs like $7, $7, $8. Is this one? Is the Andres in strawberry? Yo, this shit tastes amazing. I am obsessed. I've been obsessed for like a couple of years now. Um, so yeah, we're having a self care moment. We're having a full moon self care moment. So let me just go live on the TikTok so we can be all present. But yeah, this is a treat yourself live. So we're gonna do that. There it is. Okay. But hello everybody. How's everybody doing? How's everybody? Oh, just finished some coquito. Sharing is caring. Okay, sharing is caring. I've always wanted someone to make like, mind you, you guys know that Babe and her dad are Puerto Rican. I still haven't had coquito for the holidays and stuff. I'm waiting for them to be like, oh, but it always ends up being because she's half Peruvian. We always end up in like her mom's house or something like that. And it's just like I'm about to have a conversation with her dad and be like, when am I gonna taste coquito? When is it happening? I need to know because I've been avoiding it like the plague because I wanted to be like made by a Puerto Rican, not like that the fake in the store shit. I want fresh coquito. Even when I was in Puerto Rico, I didn't have coquito. Hilariously, it didn't end up happening, but I think it was because it wasn't a holiday. So, y'all. Anyway, I hope you guys are doing good. We're drinking champagne for those who just got here. What have y'all been doing? What shows have y'all been watching? Tell me the tea. I'm finishing watching Emily in Paris and I'm watching the morning show with Babe. Um that's basically like what I've been watching. And then my future father-in-law is currently watching what is it, the Godfather of Harlem. So what is your moon sign? I'm a Gemini moon, boo. That is my moon sign. I'm a whole ass Gemini moon, but I'm a Leo rising. That's where all the cuteness comes from. Let me stop. That's where I inherited my dimples from my mom's side of the family, but that's where I get the charm from. It's my mom. It's the Leo rising. So yes. But yeah, what shows are y'all watching? What y'all been doing? Okay. What y'all been doing? I've had a very productive day. I've been doing readings like back to back to back to back to back. It's been a really, really busy day. And then I told myself my ritual's going to be in the shower. It took a little bit longer than I wanted it to, which is why the live's a little bit late. But we're still here. We're here. We're cute. I've been cleaning this whole weekend. That sounds like a vibe. I mean, honestly, Cancer energy, Cancer energy is for the home and Virgo energy too. It's very like home, making sure the home looks cute, making sure the home is like in a good place. So I'm not surprised because the full moon in Cancer is like, did you clean? Did you do what you needed to do? Like, is it the way that you needed to do? But it's great because it resets the energy of the home. So amazing. I just finished Archive 81 on Netflix and I'm tight. I have not watched that, but the next show that I'm going to watch after I finish watching my other shows is The Witcher. Nobody tell me what happens, even though I love spoilers. Jennifer has me on a chokehold, so nobody tells me what happens in that, even though I've seen some of the gameplay. I haven't read the books, but I've seen some of the gameplay on there. Let's see. I started the day with yoga and meditation. Okay, listen, you started the day off right. I started the day with like breakfast, and then I threw myself in work because I had like readings. I have 2 readings left that I need to do to catch up into this week's reading session. So I have lots of readings to do basically. But I've just been doing readings like back to back to back. Yes, Cancer Queen. Um, Cleaning and letting go of some friends that didn't mesh with. Mm, yeah, it's that full moon. It's that vibe. It's that. It's the conclusionary energy. It feels like that. It definitely feels like it's a good new chapter that's coming through, especially because this is the first full moon of the year. So it's like it's the first full moon of the year. It's definitely something that is setting us for the rest of the year up. So I'm really excited for not the bottom of the deck being the moon, but I'm really excited for what the rest of the year is gonna look like, because it just seems like it's very exciting. Like Jupiter and Pisces is making things be a little dreamier like this year, which I like, but at the same time I'm just like really excited. I feel like this is one of the messages that I've been getting from Spirit lately, and I don't know if this is going to help anybody hearing it, but don't get stuck on like, okay, something's coming. Like, let's say Spirit's been telling you, like, oh, this is coming, this is happening, this is happening. Don't get caught up on the, oh my God, but like, when's the date that is coming? All of the stuff, just go with the flow. This year, with the Jupiter and Pisces energy, y'all, we really got to go with the flow. We got to be like we got to be very flexible. Okay, mutable energies calls for flexibility, calls us to be like, you know, a little bit flexible to what's going on around us, so we're not like overwhelming ourselves. Let us not overwhelm ourselves with the goals and the dreams that we have for ourselves. Like, let's not do that. You're going to work on what you're going to work on. Just take it easy, take it one step at a time. Just let it be. Okay, let it be, straight up, let it be. The Witcher. I haven't seen season 2. I have like I've seen the video game be played. I never played it on my own, because I've seen my guy friends play it. I've always wanted to play it. I do have an Xbox, and I downloaded the game, I believe, but I just didn't get to play it yet. So that's on my list of games that I have to play eventually. But I've always gravitated towards the like just the whole, I guess, the whole storyline, but specifically like Yennefer and all of the different like spiritual components and everything, like the whole speech of chaos I was like in love with in the first season. So I'm really excited to see what season 2 is going to do, but I have not gotten a chance to see it. Like, your girl's been busy. Your girl's been working. That's basically it. Your girl's been working. Um, I have been in bed all day feeling drained. So it's time for a spiritual bath. It's time to grab your lovely favorite crystal around and do an energy clearing of your aura. It's time to do some things, especially before you go to sleep. Especially before you go to sleep. I'm telling you, take a bath, cleanse your energy, cleanse your aura. I feel like for the next week, just go to sleep with like amethyst under your pillow, clear your head. Like, I feel like anytime you start getting foggy or dense or down, you have to do head work. You have to make sure your head is like in a really good place. If you're feeling drained, that could also be like you have people sending stuff your way, or like your protections are not, they need to be re-amplified. So maybe it's time to do, some of that, some protection work. My favorite champagne. It just tastes like strawberry. It's like my favorite thing. But do your protections. Do your thing. Okay. Don't sit here and like dismiss like the fact that you feel drained. What are you gonna do about it? Like, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do with your practice to help yourself get back your energy? Like, do you need rest? Do you need to sleep? Do you need to you know, work with some plant medicine? Do you need some coffee, okay, or some matcha or something? Do you need like, well, not coffee at this time of night, but like maybe setting yourself up for tomorrow, okay? Definitely don't do a cleansing. Do a cleansing. A lot of times full moons give me extreme fatigue. it's interesting because I feel like I guess it depends. It depends, like, what you have going on, like, astrologically. I like full moons. To me, I get a lot of like energy, and I know a lot of people that get a lot of energy, and then I know a lot of people who like just don't get a lot of energy. But then it's weird. It's weird how we kind of relate to the moon in different ways. But that's interesting. Full moon energies give you like, I feel like I'm more a little bit sleepier during new moons. I'm more relaxed or chill. Like if I like smoked or something, but I didn't. That's how I feel like when I'm like in new moons. But full moons, I'm just like, I don't know, energized. Maybe it's because I'm a Leo rising and I'm just like a little. The more light that's in the sky, the more energized I am. I don't know, but that's interesting. That is interesting for sure. Still take a spiritual bath though. I did some glamour magic. See, knows what's going on, knows what's up. Glamour magic, really great to do, especially for full moons. Just because it's kind of like full moons are a time for like completion, like like the endings of certain things and like just the culmination of certain things. But when it comes to glamour magic, it's kind of like the way to work glamour magic during a full moon is to make it seem like you're like the total package, like you got everything that's needed, like everything, like everything, like there's nothing else, it's just you, like you're just magnetizing like that completion. And it's like, it's very 10 of Pentacles, the 10 suits energy. It's very Wheel of Fortune energy. Kind of like manipulating that energy to be kind of shown in your favor. It is also a great time to do glamour magic for work, like business or like a promotion or something like that. If you wanted to be seen as like the person who should get the promotion or should, get that thing, this is a great time for that. Yeah, 1000%. Someone says you're glowing. Oh, that's just because I literally just did my skincare. But my skin is mostly generally like this. I have really good skin, but this is glow recipe. Literally, I have my whole routine right now is like glow recipe. So yeah, that's my skincare routine. A full moon is grounding for me. You see, someone said a full moon is grounding for them. It's like, I feel like it depends. To me, I get a lot of energy and I'm very like going with the flow, but it feels very much like I'm getting like a little boost, like a little, it feels like some cayenne pepper in my food. If that makes any sense, it feels like cayenne pepper in my food. So yeah. I've been wanting to take a salt bath, but lately, today is the day. Today is the day. Go take a bath. Watch the live from the bathroom. Like, hello, today's the day. Go take a bath. Do that. Do. It could literally be a sea salt bath. You could throw in some Florida water in there. Easy breezy. Some of my favorite baths is just like the basic sea salt and like, or pink Himalayan salt and Florida water. Easy breezy. It works. It's quick. It works. It's quick, and it just resets your energies. There's just that thing about Florida water that's just very, very like, it just resets everything. Let's see. For spirit realm creations, take up both 300 milligrams of Himalayan salt, lavender oil, and orange. Yeah, you see, you got a whole recipe right there. Whole recipe. Make sure you pray over it. Make sure you like enchant it. Make sure you activate it. Let's see. What do we need to know collectively? What do we need to know collectively? Take 5 cards from spirit. Okay. Okay. Okay, Aquarius season is about to be something else. I'm just letting you guys know right now. Oh my God. Y'all, what is happening this week? Wow. Y'all, this is not, hold on, I need to take a sip for this. This reading is going to be like, hold on. Y'all, this week, what's happening this week? We're starting off with the 3 of Swords. Okay. The Star, the 8 of Swords. Okay. You have the 2 of Pentacles and the Hierophant in reverse. So like I said about this full moon and working glamour magic, if you need to get a promotion or some funds up in your glamour magic, this is a really good time to be setting yourself up for success. But it seems like this week there's a lot of things going on, especially mentally. Oh my God. And I'm not surprised. Why am I not surprised? Abby, where you're not surprised? The reason why I'm not surprised is because when it comes to air sign seasons, especially when we're getting so close to the sun moving into a different sign, when it comes to these type of seasons, mind you, this is a card of Aquarius, and literally Aquarius season is like you turn the corner away, like it's right there. And having all of these air cards in here, it's giving unfinished business. It's giving there's unresolved things going on. It's giving this week, if you are feeling a little bit of a lot of mental agitation, or you're just kind of like in your head about certain things, or like there's certain things that you're like second guessing yourself, you're feeling like really like you're second guessing yourself, you're second guessing your choices, you're just like not feeling confident, you're not feeling like, you know, yourself, you're not feeling like, oh, it's just like you're just not feeling like you're just not there. There's definitely mental blockages, and there's kind of like, you have to understand, first and foremost, Aquarius is a fixed sign. Okay, now one of the things that I always like to explain, and you guys know this, is that Aquarius and Scorpio are fixed signs, but they both rule evolutionary energies. Scorpio rules transformation and death. Aquarius rules evolution and the future, as well as society, right? And so you cannot have like a fixed sign. Like these signs don't really stay fixed for too long, to be honest. Like Leo can be fixed for a while. Taurus can be fixed for a really long time. Okay, Taurus is the most stubborn. But Aquarius and Scorpio, they get pushed into transformation, pushed into evolution, pushed into like shifting the energies. They have to. It's like it's unavoidable. You can't change it, you can't stop it. Like they have to do that. It's part of who they are. Like they have to. It's not no avoiding it, no like changing the energies. Like they have to do it at one point. It's especially because in tarot, Aquarius is connected to the journey and that like long-term like destiny that we have, and like how every single step that we take towards our destiny, towards what we're meant to be doing, how we're getting each step closer, how we're adding to the larger pool that is our destiny, especially when it comes to who we are towards the generation. Because don't forget, this is a generational sign. Aquarius and Uranus energy is all about generation, the community, how we upgrade the community, how we upgrade and shift the energy as a community. And so when we're starting this off with the Three of Swords, we got Eight of Swords right here. That means that there's a lot of mental blockages. There's a lot of second guessing. There's a lot of like not knowing what your place is within the community, not knowing what you want to do, feeling stuck, feeling a little bit like, okay, like, am I actually on the right path? Questioning yourself, thinking that you've been giving your energy or putting your energy, mind you, there's a card of Taurus. Uranus is in Taurus right now. So where you have been very comfortable and stubborn, wherever Taurus is in your chart is where you've been seeing a lot of transformation, and seeing how that Uranus, that Aquarian energy, starts to shift and push you to upgrade the way you've been perceiving that situation. So there's definitely a reevaluation this week. There's like when the energy shift from Capricorn into Aquarius, you'll feel it, but it's because the key is Capricorn, very grounded. Aquarius, very mental. Right now, if you're feeling very grounded or you're still kind of navigating, like grounding yourself, and then we push into Aquarius season and then everything shifts to your mind you, Aquarius rules the top of your head, okay? The top of your head. So when the energy shifts from your feet to your head, and your head is like, I don't know, Abby. I don't know. I don't really like first of all, it's gonna feel like you're ungrounded because you're not grounded in your mind. It's gonna feel like you're more ungrounded than you thought you were. It's gonna feel like there's a lot of heavier kind of underlying issues that are going on that just don't necessarily feel good. Now, I feel like there's definitely a lot of underlying energies. If you look at the bottom of the deck, we have the Four of Cups, the Two of Cups, the Page of Pentacles, the Ten of Cups, and the High Priestess. So there's definitely a lot of beautiful intentions that we have, set for the future. but are we in the right place? Are we in alignment for the future? Are we doing the right thing? Are we taking care of ourselves? Have we set ourselves up for success? Can you be honest about that? Okay, there's definitely a layer of like questioning this, a layer of, I don't know, Abby. I don't know if I have. I don't know. I don't know if I did set myself up for success. I don't know if I did. I don't know if I've been getting in my own way. I feel like maybe I have been. I feel like I need to reevaluate like what I've been committing to. I feel like I have been causing myself, a little bit of stagnation. Like I've created an energy of stagnation and now I'm kind of like dealing with it. I'm kind of like trying to figure out how to get back to all of the good stuff. Like I'm trying to figure it out, but I feel like I've set myself up to not be happy right now. I'm just like not, it feels like I'm shifting and things are shifting around me, but like I'm not happy about it. And it's almost like it's the perspective. It's honestly the perspective. It's like some of you don't understand that the things that you're losing, the things that you're experiencing right now are meant to shift you into what your destiny is supposed to look like. But some of you are afraid of that. And that's totally normal. But again, even though Aquarius is a fixed sign, doesn't mean that you can stay fixed. Your journey's still your journey. Like you still need to not new moon in Gemini coming up for this week. Communication is key. Some of you really need to sit down with your thoughts and get your like discernment together when it comes to figuring out what's sitting right with you about the choices that you've been making. If you haven't been like setting yourself up for success, it's not going to feel good. It's just not going to feel good. Look at the bigger picture. Look at the bigger picture. Full moon is Sagittarius. Look at the bigger picture. Think bigger. And this is this. Think about your destiny. Think about what you're doing. Think about what you came here for. That's going to help you. If you need to ever like recenter yourself, like come back to yourself and like check back in and be like, oh, you know what? My life's been a mess. I've been focused on this and that and that and this. Come back to center and be like, wait, what am I here for? What am I doing again? It honestly, I'm not going to lie to you guys. There's times where you get taken off like your path of what it is that you're meant to do. It happens. And for that, look at your North Node. For those who look at their astrology, look at your North Node, because there's going to be times that all of your energy is focused in one area of your chart or multiple areas. And you forget that your North Node, your lesson of the lifetime is still that. And if you kind of like don't stay up in don't maintenance that throughout your life, you're going to have to come back to it. It's going to feel like, oh wait, everything's chaotic. Why? Because you forgot to pay attention to that. You've been giving too much energy to certain areas of your life that, okay, they need to be dealt with, but you still need to make sure that you're doing what you came here to do. Okay. A personal issue comes to a resolution. Full moon in Cancer. So this full moon specifically starting us off, it's very cleansing. And this is what I mean. If you didn't do a cleansing today, I don't know what you're doing, boo. I don't know what you're doing. I'm going to need y'all to do that. I'm going to need y'all to everybody go take a spiritual bath after this live. Just go do it. Just trust. Trust in Abby. Go take a spiritual bath. Really cleanse, release, text. Listen, it's Mercury retrograde. If you need to text somebody, you know what, you hurt me, I didn't appreciate it, but you know what, I'm gonna forgive you and I'm not talking to you anymore, or I'm gonna move to the next point in our relationship, or whatever it is. Go do that thing. Mercury retrograde is not for you to be running away from your exes, because sometimes you're the ex that needs to text a person and be like, you hurt me. Yeah, I said it. First of all, y'all know I was born under Mercury retrograde. I don't run away from Mercury retrogrades. Mercury retrogrades, I'm just sitting here like looking at everybody else like losing their shit, blaming everything on Mercury retrograde. When in reality, you just need to sort your shit out. You need to sort your mind out. You need to sort your communication out. You need to be clear. You need to say what you need to do. Like, and I was born with this energy. So I already work. Mercury retrograde is nothing to me because I was born under the energy. I'm always reflecting on the past. I'm always going back. I'm always resorting out my brain out. It's fine. I'm not mad about it. So instead of being mad about it when the transit starts happening in real time, Take the initiative to use the energy as you're meant to. I'm not saying go buy a new house, go buy a new, don't do none of that. Okay, don't do none of that. But if you're still hung up mentally, if you're still thinking about someone, if they're still coming up in your mind, if they're still like creating, y'all, don't forget, Mercury is in retrograde in Aquarius, okay? The fact that there's so many goddamn swords in here, okay? It's, y'all need to use Mercury retrograde properly. Y'all not using it properly right now. Because look, a new start is coming. Okay? New moon. A new start is coming. And that's going to be the next moon that's coming up too. A new start is coming. You need to prepare yourself for what happens next. Okay? Okay? You need to prepare yourself for what happens next, because when it comes to Mercury retrograde, you need to use the energy as it is present. Mercury retrograde is a time to sort out communication, sort out miscommunication, get clear on what you're saying, especially because I feel like Mercury retrograde is a really good time to review and make sure you're listening to the words that are coming out of your mouth. Because if somebody is misunderstanding you, that means that you're not actively communicating in a way that was clear enough. You've been getting lazy with your mind. You've been getting lazy with the way you've been talking. You've just been kind of saying words, but you haven't been looking at how your words have been impacting other people, or vice versa. So then you need to come clear and be like, hey, so about that thing we were talking about, this is the way I perceived it, and it kind of hurt my feelings. Can we talk about that? Oh, no, that's not the way I meant it. I'm sorry you took it that way. I just meant it in this way. Okay, thank you. That cleared that up for me. Look at that. Healing doesn't have to be complicated. It makes sense. Mercury is a planet of make it make sense. And this is the time when Mercury is in retrograde. It's time for you to make it make sense. It's not complicated. It's not complicated. It's a time for you to make it make sense. If something is not making sense to you, it's because you have let it not make sense. You have let it stay not making sense. So Mercury retrograde is a time for you to, instead of being like, I can't do anything about this situation, it's like, it's causing me a lot of mental pain. I'm still thinking about it. I'm dreaming about it. Abby, I'm going through so much, but I can't do anything about it because, Mercury retrograde, blah, blah, blah. But first of all, that is exactly what you should be doing. That is exactly what you should be doing. You should be using the energy. You should be calling that person. You should have no regrets when Mercury retrograde ends. Why? Because you said what you said. I'm telling you, sometimes you got to be that ex. The situation is already resolved from Archangel Michael. Some of you have been praying for certain things to come into fruition, but you haven't made the steps into, like, almost like finishing it. Like, it's almost like you've prayed for the situation to alleviate or to be shifted or for healing or whatever, but you're afraid to take that step into finding out if that situation shifted in any way. And so it's kind of like the situation probably shifted, but you haven't taken the steps to, again, there's this mental like stuckness. There's this kind of going back and forth of, oh my God, do I hit them up? Do I not hit them up? Do I text them? Do I say, do I stand up? Do I say what I need to say? Like, do I do that? I don't know. Honor and trust your feelings. Honor and trust your feelings. How are you feeling? How are you feeling, and what are you going to do about what you're feeling? There's a whole ass full moon in Cancer, the sign that rules emotions. How are you feeling? How are you feeling? And what are you going to do about it? What are we doing? Y'all, how are you feeling, and what are you going to do about it? Y'all, I got no patience to not act on things. I'm a Capricorn. I'm a cardinal sign. Okay. I can't relate to being stagnant on action because I'm like, what's the issue? Let's solve it. Let's go. I'm not about sitting on my ass and being like, oh, I don't know. I'm thinking about it and I'm like contemplating. I get that there's signs that do that. I get that there's people that do that. It comes with the elements. It comes with the signs. It comes with the qualifications and the characteristics. I mean, but it's still like you still have to get pushed into saying the thing. When you don't do anything about a situation, you never move to the next point. Okay, you can't win the video game. You can't just solve the whole game if you don't play the game. You got to play the game. Like what is your feelings telling you? I really want to know. What is your feelings telling you? How do you want to honor your feelings? What is it that you really want to say? What are your feelings telling you to say? What is your intuition telling you needs to be said? Because you already know. So, you already know. You've been new. You've been new. Be gentle with yourself. Why? Because emotional work is not easy. Emotional work is not easy. And it requires, when you realize that you have to honor and trust your feelings, that means that you have to accept that there's certain feelings that you have that are not necessarily easy to process. Some of those things are a lot, like, they're heavy. But as you're communicating these things, you need to practice your self-care. Some of you need to practice self-care around surrounding some of the conversations that you're going to be having. Okay, because some of these conversations are not easy. Some of these conversations are not a piece of cake. Some of these conversations don't feel good. Some of these conversations like require a lot from your energy, your spirit, and feel like it feels like you're like you have a lot to lose, right? I feel like when we're in a position where we feel vulnerable, it can be really, really, really complicated. It can feel like we're losing, or that there's a possibility that we can lose, and that makes it a lot harder for us to feel like we can come out of it alive. Like, it feels like life and death sometimes, but that doesn't mean that you should fear the things that you need to say or fear like what needs to happen. Time for nourishing. Time for nourishing. This is not nourishing, y'all. This is not nourishing. This is not nourishing. You staying stuck, the same energy, the same emotional, like mental, like breaking yourself apart mentally is not nourishing. You're not nourishing yourself with that. Okay, first of all, some of you need to listen to your ancestors during this time, because some of your ancestors are screaming, like, why are you doing this? You know better. Why are you doing this? Bring to fruition. If for the life that you want to live, you have to make yourself ready for it. If you're going to sit there and remain stuck, how are you going to live the life that you want to live? Like, make it make sense. Make it make sense. Bring it to fruition. Play your part. Remove what needs to be removed. Cleanse yourself. Prepare yourself. Think of yourself like a goddamn chicken that is about to be prepared for dinner, okay? You got to marinate. You got to season. You got to do all this stuff. You can't just throw the chicken in the water and be like, oh, it's cooked. I can eat a great meal. You have to prepare yourself. You need to prepare yourself. Bring everything into culmination, in the way that you want it to be, the way you want it to taste, the way you want it to experience that thing. You have to bring it into fruition. Trust in your efforts and trust in your power, because some of you guys are downing yourself. Some of you guys have been downing your prayers too. Some of you guys have been down in your prayers. You've been asking your spirits for certain things. You've been asking your spirits for certain breakthrough. And because it didn't come in like 5 seconds, some of y'all are like, I don't know. Is it going to happen? Am I going to have this? Is this another? Trust in the prayers that you're having. Trust in your efforts. Trust that the energy that you need is shifted, has been shifted. Because this is why you're getting that this situation has already been resolved. Because some of the stuff is just in your head. Some of the stuff is just in your head, and because you haven't cleansed that away, because you haven't released, it's just been creating and maintaining that turbulence. Okay, and so it's time to shift the energy. It's time to shift the energy. Y'all, I need y'all to like do like a smoke cleanse in the house. Okay, in your room, wherever you are. This week, you need to do experiments. Listen. Manipulation of nature, forcing change, cruelty in pursuit of knowledge, arrogance. Okay. Some of you need to literally shift the energy. Sacrifice. There are those worth making, and there are those that will destroy you. And you know what the biggest sacrifice is? Your time. When you're sacrificing your time on something that you could have had resolved ages ago. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. The present. Gift, treasure, revelation of owned values and nowness. Because some of you really, really heavily need to practice self-care this week. very, very heavily. Some of you need to connect back to your own power. This is also why we're getting freedom, independence, self-determination. This is like one of my favorite cards in this deck, because this would be me as a mermaid. I would just have the whole pirate's flag as a shirt. I would just have the whole pirate's flag as a shirt. Look at that. That would be me. That would literally be me. But listen, it's about, you guys need to build up your power, maintaining your power. This is why we started the live this way, by the way. We're starting it with some self-care. Go get yourself some champagne, take a spiritual bath, relax, cleanse your energies, plan to cleanse your room, just do a smoke cleanse, reset the energies. If you need to little, like move some stuff around in your room, do that, okay? Because some of you like really heavily need to like reset the mind. And because the air element is the fastest moving element, it can happen very quickly. This is the other thing that people don't understand about the air element. This moves so fast. It moves at the speed of how I'm talking, because Gemini is an air sign and communication is air. Mind you, every time I take a breath or I talk and I'm releasing like CO2 into the system, I'm breathing in, it takes air. Okay? So this element moves the fastest and it cleanses the quickest. So I need y'all to be on your incenses. I need y'all to be on your cleansings. I need y'all to maintain the health of your mind. I need y'all to book a therapist appointment. I ain't playing with none of y'all's. Okay, if y'all need a reading, y'all know where to find me. Like, it's on bio, but like for real, yeah, this week is a very mental week. And I feel like there's a lot that needs to be processed, but self-care, baby, mental self-care. Listen to some music, okay? Listen to some affirmations. This is a great time for affirmations, actually. Air sign seasons are a great time for affirmations, great time to just like get into that place where you're feeling mentally like fluid, like that fluidity. Listen, just take it easy. Don't be so heavy on your mind. Don't make yourself mentally stuck when you can literally take one of these swords and remove yourself from the situation. Don't do it this week. The second you find yourself thinking about something excessively, having anxiety about something that you know you could do something about, you need to be like, okay, no, I need to do this for me. I need to resolve this situation for me. Okay, so I'm gonna sign off now because I don't want to keep you guys too late, because I know some of you guys work really late and all of the jazzy things. So I'm gonna go ahead and sign off for today. But literally, go take a spiritual bath. It's a full moon in Cancer. You nurture your spirit so you can nurture the rest of your life. We started this week with a whole full moon in Cancer, so nurture your spirit so you can nurture the rest of your life. I will see you guys in the next videos, in the next lives, because we're getting a weekly community oracle pull this week, and the weekly prayer circle is also going to come back. I haven't had the time to do it the past couple of weeks, but it's coming back this week, so stay tuned for that live as well. The weekly prayer circles are patron voted and member voted, so definitely 1000% keep an eye out for that so you guys don't miss out with the prayers. It's one of my favorite like lives to do with you guys, so stay tuned for those. But it's been an absolute pleasure. I'm gonna finish drinking this beautiful bottle of champagne. Okay, and I will see you loves in the next live. Have a good night. I love you guys so much. Bye. Bye, y'all. Have a good night.